Father Orville Case was also signed in Library of Congress to search out the Y Maples, given white gold badge under Gerald Ford. And my father, Daniel Case, was also sworn in to protect me, also given a white gold badge for protection of me only. There has been a major conspiracy here. There's many things coming to my mind that I need to get out, that they're shutting down on Facebook, not letting these videos get out. Like I said, search Library of Congress to prove that I am signed and I am your high priest. They tried to erase that also. So my commander personally drove to Washington and had it documented and put in Library of Congress with the president personally. I'd also had the wall there at the Family Altar Chapel on the east side under the Ebenezer Rock as a hidden at the Family Altar Chapel on 6.5 Mile Road. Russell Bates and my grandfather, Orville Case, had put $100 million on 2 pallets in that hidden room, along with the crowns of Trent from the King James Treasury that I had found as a boy in East Jordan. Yes, I flew off Beaver Island, U.S. Air Force One, the brown one, with President Gerald Ford, across the Great Lakes and across the ocean. See nothing but darkness all the way there. And I visioned and I found the staff of Aaron, Jacob's cloak, David's trumpet, and many other artifacts. God. Later, Russell and President Ford had sent CIA overseas to East Jordan to recover them and fly them back. Their orders were to rent rentals at O'Hare Airport, Chicago, drive to Parks Hotel, rent separate rooms, turn in their remotes, and then report to the church at the Family Altar Chapel on 6.5 Mile Road in Battle Creek first thing in the morning. They didn't arrive, they disappeared. We later found General Banky had sent his CIA one crew of 5 men in, including Rose Martin, Egyptian CIA that works on Mary Street, in charge of our veterans. Human trading our veterans, by the way. She had knocked at all 3 rooms. The men had opened the doors, and the general had his men rush in, kill all 3 of my men. They couldn't find the artifacts. Yes, I went back to Parks. I retrieved the remotes, the keys. Yes, they had 3 Fiesta small car rentals. They dumped those in that pond that they just recently covered behind Robert's Storage on Bee Lake Road. It was a wildlife preserve pond. You'll find Jimmy Hoffa's car there, and him and his driver in the front seat belted in, down in that pond, along with my 3 men and the missing woman from Kalamazoo in a white 4-door Crown Victoria that was kidnapped and murdered at Jim Hazel's. All 5 vehicles lie in that pond. They're in a hurry when they knew my memory was coming back. They've covered it over, paved it. I know NASA can move the satellites in and show the objects down there in the ground to get better warrants. My film should be enough, my testimony. And if you research across Bee Lake Road, you'll find many, many human bones that the Gunnings were dumping in gunny sacks across the field there in front of their home, across from Top Cut. 2-star general, yes, she did. She's betrayed me here. She was coming out to Bob Lewis's, posing as Bob Lewis's sister, the blonde driving a white Cadillac. She's the general that was in the Oliver North case that was being investigated. They are looking for her. There are warrants for her, military warrants, by the way. So I'm kind of in a hot spot, as I know she's been running the drugs too. So it puts a lot of pressure on the United States. This human trade must stop. An angel liveth in me. I was told as a boy I'm from planet Nebula, the Nephilim in Genesis 6 in the Bible. They were here before the flood, after. Preachers leave out. I'm for blood. I'm here to help save the world. Their plans were to raise these new silos, dig up these hidden missiles, and threaten the world. And lock themselves in that hidden CIA bunker that I'm exposing behind Family Altar Chapel on 6.5 Mile Road. You'll find they've been making snake poisons and venoms in there, doing a lot of illegal CIA, cameraing, videoing. When Pastor Price had lived in the home there at the church, Gerald Ford, Russell Bates's administration went in there. They had found 8 high-tech Japanese bugs, not only in the church, but in the pastor's home. And not only in his home, but one right over his bedroom. Ceiling light. You'll find Tim Gunning Jr. and Rex Dean Lindstedt were in charge of placing them bugs. And like I said, I did witness Travis Davis and Tim Gunning Jr. shotgunning Spanish, kidnapped Mexican, Spanish families, including American families, down Harbor Creek from Jim Hazel's all the way down Beetle Lake Road behind a pallet shop. Yes, they had a hidden underground trailer behind my brother Roger Case's on Beetle Lake Road. We had found years ago. My brother fell in it with a dozer. There was a fan down in that semi-trailer and buckets used for waste, human waste. They had a dog house built on the back side of the hill, and they would shove them through the front of the dog house into the semi-trailer. So you didn't even know the trailer was even there underground. And then they were using the U-Haul trailers to move them from Jim Hazel's to Top Cut Meats in 2s and 3s. Children mostly. Yes, my first major witness of murder. I was a Cub Scout. I was going down Top Cut Meats, and I seen Tim Gunning walk a little girl out of the donation bin into the. He unlocked her and took her out of that yellow donation bin and walked her by his hand into the Top Cut Meats. Well, he'd had all the windows snowed with his spray paint stuff. So I kneeled down and got a good look between the snow. And he took her and laid her on the meat counter, drugged her, put on a doctor's mask around his face, held his hand over her throat, raped her, and then with her eyes open, he reached back and grabbed a meat cleaver and took off her whole shoulder, and then I screamed. I ran through the woods behind Golden Avenue to my dad's at Bard Street. I missed the trail. I was severely scratched up. I found my dad passed out by the toilet. Woke my mother up. We drug him to bed. My mother made me go to bed. I couldn't sleep. I went back out the window. Went back down to see more because I couldn't sleep. And I was all scratched up. We had had church And yes, as kids, we were all, it was a rule to go to church every Sunday. My mother knew and made me go to church knowing Tim Gunning would be there to identify me. It really hurts to have to get my memory back at 52 years old. Never done my family wrong. Fought for my mom and dad. And to find out, they weren't my parents, but I loved them as my parents. And still do. And it freaking hurts to know that my mom did that to me as a boy. And then she wanted me to forget about the murder. So she took me to the church early and had Barbara Dean Lindstedt mind therapy me. I can understand why she was friending with Jim Hazel for the money, because my father was gone. I know my mom needed the money. I worked all through school. So I want to just say, biblically, we all in the world got lost. In 30 years, we got lost. I'm going to ask God forgiveness. Because I'm finding my mission is more than I'd imagined. So I'm asking other nations, since our leaders have betrayed us and most of our police officials have been switched out or killed, please come and assist us. And please forgive us. The world, please forgive us. It was our leaders that were destroying you and us. Please don't hate our people. And I want to remind you that I'm for blood. And I stand for all tribes, tongues, and creed, God's seed. And we have ships coming. I'm like Moses, I have a cloud followeth me, Ezekiel's ship. And I get powers from my ship. It's not like everyone thinks it is. Your witchcraft and all your crap, hot tears, garbage. There's only one true way to be signed to my ship, and only I know that. And my ship follows me. So all those rumors, all you out there think that you can take control of my ship and this and that, it's not true. Sorry to say. And God, it did this around the world. Set up high priests. One high priest, I can't go over there and preach in England tomorrow now, can I? So God had sent up priests around the world. Left them tools and power in them. Trustworthy people until fathers had died, didn't school their sons correctly. Evil set in, and then betray. lost knowledge, death, burning of books. And then here we are now. So like I said, my mission is much more than I had ever imagined, and I'm learning as I go. I'm a man too, just as Moses, Jacob, Melchizedek, Father, Jesus. I know how he felt, a ball of love, want to be alone in the garden, vision all the evil. You know, it's like this home here. I've seen everything took place here. Everything. And it's a tragedy. And across my city. And like I said, you guys stand up for Mark of the Beast. His social security number is 666-6666. And I'm allowed to have that because I'm a high priest visionist. And I had forgive Mark for many, many years. We didn't, because I had been mind therapied. We weren't sure if Mark had been. But Mark, I was 4 at Jim Hazel's. We didn't have the mind therapy program yet. And you were never at the Family Altar Chapel before that. Until we had the mind therapy program. And then your dad, CIA, had to have you in it. And then you just used it to make yourself more evil, more powerful. And seeing it's the goodness and the love of God in me that spares you. Because God's just told me to keep it moving. That his angels are going to do the work for me. And not to return evil with evil. To keep showing my goodness and his love. Because I am allowed to make my own choices also. This angel lives in me. I have that power. The animals hear my voice. The insects come to me, pay homage. I'm on a hook, a ladder, and I've come to share and bring world peace under one God again. And we have ancestors, 4 blood, that left their seed, and they left in ships. And they return now and again and reset, rule, and gift, and bless. And then evil gets in. So, to prepare all you in the world, please don't give up your faith. God's coming. I have a legion zeroing in on the earth now. My powers are getting greater. Even my ship is now very close. And I'm receiving more power daily, purifying. And I've come in peace. I'm here to gift and bless. My mission is to expose the evil for the saints of God and to declare victory. Victory for the saints, the believers in God. God bless.